think we are good to go. And this is an addressing video for the cognitive dissonance and the basic beast brainers and the trolls and those that don't want to wake up. Upload. That's what this upload is for. But before we get to that, I just wanted to point out something I came across from somebody else in the community, and I said, my goodness. I think it was from Wakey, whose video I did mirror yesterday. I put it in the community thread bit there, so check it out. It's still on his actual channel. As I said, I did try to mirror it and they took it down and then said, oh, if I put something up again, you know, basically I'm due for a strike on my backup channel. And I was like, oh my god. Anyway, back on the main channel at the minute. So yeah, just look at this. So I'm watching his upload yesterday, stuff to do, you know, he's just breaking down coronavirus stuff and all the latest madness that's going on. And of course, some of the George Floyd stuff, right? And imagine the Obama Foundation put out this tweet on the 16th of May. Are you going to tell me that don't look like George Floyd? You know, again, only those that are going to be addressed in a second will be like, oh, you know, what am I talking about type of thing, or, you know, I'm a coincidence theorist. Oh, okay. So, I mean, talk about mockery. Again, that's on the 16th of May. George Floyd died when? And you're going to tell me that's not George Floyd? Unbelievable. The other bit I wanted to quickly say, I don't know if I got a picture for it. I did have I can talk about it quickly. And then we'll get into the slides. And we'll start off with the first one that I did address already, but we're going to get to the main one. And, but yeah, you know, you may have noticed in the news, you know, oh, they're allowing, you know, pockets and bubbles of people and families to, you know, be allowed to meet up again now and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, as I've been explaining before, from realizing what a, you know, mental health asylum that they've created, being the people person that I am, I've literally had to, you know, step out of the rat race, step out of this whole madness to protect my own well-being. Yeah. Because, as I've been trying to explain, if you don't realize that your mind's been compromised and how warped your reality has been given to you, and then you're just trying to get on with things, you know, thinking that you're actually being the person that you would have been, more than likely you wouldn't be polarized to being or thinking the way that you are. Make sense? Or the other big fact in it, via the inception of the mind, you wouldn't have the compartmentalized brain thinking. You wouldn't have the dysfunctional communication where nobody's actually listening or taking into consideration anything they're looking at, whether it's TV, talking to somebody else, workplace, you call up the authorities, whether it's doctors, the housing, whatever the case may be. And when I tell you I've been documenting this thing, and it's just like, oh my goodness. And I know it's not just me that's affected by it. But I know that, but what I do know, there's going to be loads of people, thousands, millions, that are yet to identify the actual problem at hand. Again, I'm not some, you know, top level expert on it, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because it always shows up its ugly head. Yeah? And the way it's been embedded into society and into the people's minds, all from the confusion, misdirection, and all the mockery that's going on. And as I say, how long have I been in isolation now and social distancing? Like 4 or 5 years. Not 3-5 months. Through no choice of my own. And then imagine, now we get to 2020 with all the forecasting and stuff that, you know, that's been spoke about in the community before the fact. And now we're living this out. Unbelievable. Wow. Oh my goodness. You know, and even without this corona stuff and lockdown stuff and social distancing going on right now, think about all the possible relationships that would have been much better. You would have probably still had a relationship with that person, or if you're not talking to the person, I'm saying like it would have been left, you know, with more better decency between you, whatever the case may be. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's shattered so many families and relationships and friend relationships, etc., etc. Before you even you know, little did you know these things, you know, running around in the environment and within your brain first and foremost. You know, again, you want to wonder why, you know, going back to you know, like different parts of the neighborhood, you know, how the cultures are and the demographics, etc., etc. And then understanding how, you know, from England to America, especially more with America, but obviously still over here as well, by design, you know, how the drugs get into communities, the guns, then who owns the industries, then they allow certain music to get popular, gang banging, whatever the case, you see, talking nonsense. Again, it's not hard to see the brain dirt, because I like to say right now, we need to get brainwashed. But again, it's not hard to see the brain dirt by design, who's behind it. You know, it's not hard to see what's going on. And it's such a shame that we've got to have so many speed bumps, the cognitive dissonance, the this, the that. It's just like, really? Let alone, you know, the powers that shouldn't be, with all their bollocks going on, TV, the agendas, the multi-layered simultaneous stuff going on, you know, on and on and on and on and on. Again, if you're new here, check out my truth seekers addressing and my clarification when I'm not cussing and screaming and shouting and stuff like that, or having a passionate rant. Yeah, if you can't handle that, there is a one clean clarification one you can find. Truth seekers addressing, but it is still a general thing. So it's not just to the truth seekers, it is, you know, it is a generalized thing I'm trying to talk about here. In general, this is why we're in the situation we're in. Too many bridges haven't been built. Too many get broken down in all communities. You know, the amount of people that aren't sharing the information, down to, again, as I've said how many times, if you don't like the person that's talking the information, and clearly you should have some, you know, your God-given sense there, how the hell can you not see the validity of what's being presented? Obviously some do. They even go and make videos while slandering the person that they got the number stuff from, but then they try and, you know, fashion it to their own, you know, oh, look what I found and blah, 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 but at the same time try and belittle somebody else and say, oh, that person's an idiot, blah, blah. How, what, really? You're talking about 7 years every day of information from Zach alone, every day. And then there's others that have picked up the torch. And again, not just in Gematria, for Gematria knowledge, and I'm trying to keep it general, but just think about the speed bumps and how long and long and long and long and long and long people don't realize that they make it for each other. So again, it's like, as I've been explaining recently with the whole mirror thing, if you get two mirrors together, now you're just on a point-to-point system with no neutral in your thinking. Hegelian dialect, rhetorics running wild in your brain, red and blue, with no neutral for you to truly think and process. Even though you think you are, and then, you know, whether you think you know it all or you don't know it all, you've got people who I'll get to in a second that will come across people like myself and be like, oh, what are you talking about? Or you think you're so intelligent, and huh? How many times do I say, I'm not even intelligent, I'm just noticing patterns, let alone all the validity that goes with what I'm actually presenting here, if you take the time and due diligence. You know, there's a book you can download, there's another one incoming that's about to be released via Gematria Fake News. it's just like, oh my goodness. You know, again, we don't birth the people, the landmarks, the names of events, you know, all this stuff in history and ongoing in present time. And it's crazy how fast, whether they're, you know, not defending the government or are defending the government, how they then treat other people that have, you know, even remotely a bit of fucking sense in their brain to realize what the hell is going on. And then you come with your crazy bandwagon of nonsense. So let's get to this. So I've covered this one before, and we're going to get to the main meat of what I want to say today. How long has this been going? Do you know what? I'm going to actually cut this video because I don't want to have to reiterate stuff that I've already said. So it will be hemmed together. So let me just quickly cut this. All right. Continuing straight on from where we was. As I say, this will be a hemmed together video anyway, so first up today, as I said, I did cover this slightly before, and as I just said, we are going to get to the main meat. You don't want to miss this one, believe me. So, you know, I did this one a few weeks back. Death of Chelsea Dak, missing for 3 weeks. And again, this is one of those stories, because that I was like, okay, I'm not even going to cover it. You know, the reason why I don't like covering any of these stories, you know, from death and all these type of stuffs, yeah. And as I know, some stories are going to be real, some stories ain't going to be real. Some stories are true lies, and then obviously we've got all their crazy propaganda events, Corona, George Floyd, this, you know, etc., etc. And so, you know, so long's gone by with the story, and then I'll notice something, and then obviously I've realized what I've realized, and then I've done the decode, yeah? So, this person, Bethany Brown. And obviously, look, you can see Rosemary underneath. Fantastic as always. Thank you, Rosemary. You know, somebody that understands what's being presented. So you've got Bethany Brown here. Please take this down, spreading false information. It's probably about a week ago now this was done, or about a week and a half. So I left 2 messages, right? Let's get it opened up. So, you know, explain what's false. Also, do you understand what's even being presented? Check out the Carolyn Flack playlist, the George Floyd playlist, to the flipping COVID-19 playlist. Pack it in and go figure. I guess me and Gematria fake news, etc. spread lies and give zilch facts when shown and decoding the hypnotic spell the masses are under. This channel has put out an abundance of decodes in the last year, and have been decoding for 4 years, literally every day, but I've only been uploading just over a year in video form. So again, it all checks out by the myriad, not false information. Get out of your emotions, doesn't mean discard them fully, yeah, but get out of your emotions and think to see clearly before typing nonsense. Again, get potty trained. Yeah. Oops, I jumped a little bit there. Tiny bit I just spoke about before with the 7 years with Zach's been on it every day. Me for 4 years, etc. So anyway, how long have you been on Gematria? All of 2 seconds. We over here have PhD levels in this field. You have what exactly? Do you know what I mean? Think about that. You come to somebody's channel, or, you know, somebody that's left a post with video form or not video form, wherever, you know, post on Facebook, whatever, you know, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. It is a bit, you know, rude, disrespectful for you to come to somebody that's been studying this thing. But again, you're the same people that all, you know, notice patterns in a program or something like that. You'd be like, oh my God, that's probably going to happen next week, or blah, blah, blah. And okay, so you can notice patterns in your TV shows, but you can't notice patterns in the actuality in the world, in the cosmos, when everything based on orbits and patterns. Huh? Really? Wow. Something about the spell and the programming, of the programs. Unbelievable. Like, fucking hell. And then obviously now you've been trained So, you know, when you come across anything like this, oh, that's nonsense, and oh, why would they do that? Or, you know, oh, why do you think you're so intelligent, etc. But as I say, partially with some of this stuff I'm talking about, I'm going to hold up because I'm going to get to the main meat. As I say, this is just quickly addressing this one again, and then we're going to get to the main one for Seymour. You don't want to miss that. So again, you know, my point is, get potty trained, man. In life, there is so many things that are all objective to all of us that we're like, oh yeah, of course, it's the same thing you're saying, you know what I mean? It's not subjective. No. It's objective. Yeah, this bit of learning, or, you know, when you go to school, or certain parts of the, you know, arithmetic, you see what I'm saying? You know, learning to count, etc. Learning to be potty trained so you don't shit your fucking self. So why is it so hard when you get, you know, you come across certain crossroads in life, right? One of them being potty trained. We've all been potty trained, right? At this stage, if you're not a baby, obviously, you know what I'm saying? So again, if you're not going to be potty trained, then you're just going to be leaving shitty comments, walking around, you know, being shitty everywhere, shitty inside your own self, you know, and then you cause that mirror to mirror effect of it just going, you know what I mean? Infinity of reflections of just bullshit going on and on, generation after generation. Never understanding what life's about. Even remotely. I don't say I know anything. I know a little something. But my point is, I just want to address this and get to the main meat. Get potty trained. Again, you learn the decode, you can predict the rig sports, it's all intertwined, you know, from the TV shows and the sports, etc., etc. Yeah, and the certain deaths that come up with certain celebrities, etc., etc. Hence why, when you understand what you're looking at, then you can see all the riddles and the themes and the tropes being used. That's how we are able to forecast a lot of the stuff. Because of what they're giving us. Not, oh, we're pulling out that name from our arse and, you know what I mean, looking for that number to match, or, you know, or photoshopping something just to make, you know, no, pack it in. We don't do that in this community. Never have. I haven't found one person that does that. Unbelievable. So, where are we getting to here? So here we go now. I might even hem that bit together as well. I think I will, because I don't want to lose anything today. So let me just